Hello, my name is Aleisha. Welcome back. This is Project Vegan. What? Today we're going to be making Halloween themed ghosts, pumpkins, coffins, and a bat. We're going to be using these cutouts to try and make pastries in the shape of Halloween things. I'm going to be making the filling first, and the pastry is pre-made. If you want to check out how to make the pastry, I do have a recipe, a video on it up in the information card up in one of the top corners. Go and check that out first if you want your homemade, if you want to use homemade pastry. If you're feeling like using store-bought pastry, not a problem at all, just continue watching. So let's get on to the filling part. This morning I had an orange for breakfast, so when I was peeling it, I cut the rinds up into little pieces. I'm going to put these into my pot as well. I may cut them up, but finding it, we'll see. I'm going to start by taking some pears. This one is tiny. And just cutting off the good parts and leaving behind the core. So I don't want this part, but I have these parts. And I'm gonna do that, oh dear, about 3 pears, I think, and then I'm going to chop them into little squares. If you don't want the skin on your pears, feel free to peel them. I'm going to leave the skin on. Oh, look at this one. It's so big. Alright, so once you have them all finely chopped, obviously, the smaller you chop them, the faster they'll cook. You will then want to put them in your pot. Collect any stragglers. In my case, a lot. I'm also going to add in my orange peels. The element on medium heat. I'm also going to add some spices into mine. I'm just going to add a little bit of cinnamon as well as a little bit of mixed spice. Also going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar and mix it until the sugar melts and the fruit goes soft. This part may take a while, but don't walk away from the stove. Alrighty, so I've just taken it off the hot element. It's at a point that I'm happy with. The sugary, watery stuff is sticking to the fruit quite nicely, and most of the pear is really, really soft. The one thing I did do off camera was I just went and stabbed it with my spatula to break up the little orange pieces. You could take them out if you want to take them out, but I want them in there because they taste really good. So I probably should have cut them up before I put them in. However, I just stabbed them a bunch of times, like chop, 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 chop. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Okay, no, I'll show you on a different angle. Alrighty, so this is what we're looking at here, right? The fruit on that bottom, this kind of stuff is sticking to the fruit really nicely. It's still a bit hot, so I'm gonna leave it on the bench to cool down a little bit. And then we're going to cut the shapes and fill them with the filling. Alrighty, let's get cutting. So, lightly flour my surface that I want to work with. Got my dough, which has been in the fridge for at least half an hour, or thawed if that's the dough you're using, or even just bought pastry. Put it there and roll. Okay, so my dough wasn't cooperating. I put them in the fridge. Now we'll see if it'll cooperate. I think the gluten just wasn't happy, but we'll find out. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Alright. This is a lot better than before, so we're going to try again. Hey, and just like that I have a ghost. That's cool. Now I'm going to cut another ghost so that that can be the top half. Hey! And that's going to be the top. But I'm going to cut little like eye holes out so that the pastry can like breathe in the filling, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm going to cut out the rest of the shapes and then we'll fill them and push them, and yeah, I'll cut them out and then I'll show you. Alrighty, these are my scraps, leftover dough. So I'm going to wrap them in some glad wrap. This is the same wrap I had them before. And I will chuck that in the freezer and we will use them. Next time I make a dough, I might add it to the dough, or if I need a little bit of pastry to go over top of a crumble or a dish or something like that, that's what I'll use. Now, to the main project of today. I've got all the tops to the side here, and all the bottoms are already on my tray, and I shall show you. These are my bases. So I'm now gonna go and grab the filling we just made, and we're gonna put it in here, put those tops on, cut some holes, and chuck them in the oven. My oven is preheating at 180 degrees Celsius, fan bake. And let's get filling. I'm not sure how much to add, that's the only problem. Right, we're gonna try and run with that. One thing I might do next time is not quite add so much sugar, it's quite sweet. First up, we'll do the coffin. I want to have like a little cross. So I'm just gonna use a fork to try and pinch the edges together. I'm not mad at that, that's cute. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of them and we'll show you the final product. This is what we have got before we go into the oven. Looking quite cute, but I'm interested to see how they turn out after the baking process. So, I'll see you when they're done. I couldn't be happier. This is what they look like coming straight out of the oven. The little slits have opened up quite nicely, and you can still see the features, even like the dots on the little bats. He's probably my favorite. And then they got the ghost, who looks like he was crying or leaking, but otherwise they look really good. I will be setting them up and posting a final photo on my Instagram. However, that is all I have for you today. So I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you make these as well. They're a very good fall or Halloween treat to make. Something simple if you want to be festive but struggling with lockdown rules like we are in New Zealand. Yeah, so the short crust pastry recipe will be in the information card. Be sure to check that out if you want to make your own homemade sweet short pastry. In the description box, I'll put the recipe for the filling I have used, but feel free to use any filling you want. Just apple and cinnamon will work just as well. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you consider subscribing, hitting that like button and that bell notification so you can see more of my videos, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, peace!